Hey everybody, I'm Will.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Sam, and we are
Working Title!
Guys, we are back with another episode of the Bad Batch Brothers. This is episode 15 called
Something.
Return to Kamino. Kamino!
Last on, Bad Batch went and rescued Gregor after the request of Rex, and at the end they got him, but we lost one man. Hunter. Left behind. And now, I'm sure Omega's gonna say, F that, we gotta go get him back.
As expected of her.
Of course.
Omega?
But guys, if you enjoy our reaction, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, comment down below what you thought about our reaction. And hey, if you guys want to support the channel, the Patreon is in the description if you want to see shows 1 week in advance, or just join the Discord, or hang out with the homies and support us. Go down there.
And it's not a market substitute, guys. Go on Disney Plus first, watch Bad Batch over there, and then come back to YouTube and watch you boys' reaction, alright? We love you guys. Punch it. Bah! That was vicious. That punch. Oh my god.
Sarcasm?
No.
I was like, what?
He literally went, BAH!
I was like, mine was the weakest punch ever. What was vicious about it?
No, you'll literally see, I was literally like this. I was like,
Tough.
Your power up.
Whoever would be on the end of that would be dead.
easily.
Oh, it's good to be back, y'all. It's good to be back.
No, it's like we don't do this. It's like we've never done
Twice
this
a
before.
week.
Sometimes it does feel like it's been forever, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially last week.
This guy.
The boy. Cross-heir.
Kamino.
You'll find out soon enough.
He should have quit smoking a long time ago.
Using my comb won't work. They'll know it's a trap. They'll still come for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cross-heir knows how the Bad Batch works. Can't get away with it.
Hand me the spanner.
Gonk.
What a loyal droid.
I know.
That should do it. I left Gregor with Sid. She wasn't too happy about it. What else is new? We're up and running.
Let's go get Hunter.
They said they left Gregor with Sid.
Yes, she was not with it.
What a duo.
What do you mean?
Kamino, baby. The heart of it
Watch
all.
out, trap!
The heart of it all.
Such a lovely planet.
Honestly, I like it.
I like it. I love rain.
This is like my favorite. Like I would totally be putting
I'd just be watching right
I
there.
would put a hammock right there, a bed right there, and just look out the rain.
I love that music of Flying into Kamino that they just played from Attack of the Clones. Ugh,
I know.
it's so good.
Where are the rest of them? So you're the one they call Hunter. The destruction your squad caused on Ryloth got my attention. I leave this to you, Commander. Stay on schedule.
Dude, screw Rampart. He's so annoying.
He doesn't do anything.
I know, he's just annoying as he is.
I question the clone's motives with his own squad. I don't trust any of them.
If his plan fails, none of them will be a problem anymore.
Vaughn Crosshair, can we trust you, buddy?
Yes, Admiral.
Are you still in there?
Or are they just gonna whack him? You know what I mean? Like, is he just gonna get killed when he fails?
They're not gonna whack everybody. They'll whack the children.
Oh god.
Yeah, you said it last episode.
I did, yeah.
Are you positive about these coordinates?
Yes. I told you.
Yes.
In the landing pad that we used to go to city.
Every platform down there will be.
If she's not in live action, I'm gonna be.
She's
so upset.
adorable. I just got Mando vibes from that scene.
They just land in the water.
Okay. Submarine.
Get lower.
I mean,
How does she know about this?
some of the bases are underneath, right?
If I go any lower, we will be in the water.
It's the only way to activate the platform.
Hold on. Scanners are picking up a large structure directly beneath us.
Wait, you're right. Why does she know this?
I mean, she's lived there her whole life. She was also like,
Whoa.
the number one
Hear that
pet.
sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Wow.
Oh.
It's almost like the Sergeant charges.
Yeah, it's also like the place from Civil War.
Oh, the raft. Yeah.
For a second, kid.
Oh.
Was only one
Yeah.
problem.
This is how Falcon and all of them got out.
The what?
I love this music. I feel like I haven't heard this in so long.
They haven't played it this entire season, I don't
know.
think. They were playing A New Hope last week, and now this. See, all they need to do is just play what they already got. It's amazing.
His helmet reminds me of Army of Two.
Oh, Wreckers? Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those games.
And Emil and Gears of War.
Yeah.
He's just a big dude.
Interesting.
How did you know this existed?
Nala said, this tunnel leads to her private research lab. The others run throughout Kamino.
You, alright.
It doesn't matter. Saving Hunter is what matters.
She might just be homesick or afraid that she's dead because she saw what's the lady you don't like's name again? Not Lama Sue.
Tanwi.
Tanwi dead.
When did you start caring about them?
This facility's being decommissioned.
Come on,
You don't
Cross-heir.
seem too concerned.
Why would I be?
Because the Empire will be phasing out clones next.
Not the ones that matter.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't care about brothers no more, my friend.
But we lost them below scanner range.
It's them. I'll notify the scouts. Don't bother. They'll come to us. They don't leave their own behind. Most of the time.
They
Oh,
tried to kill us.
That sounded personal.
We didn't have a choice.
And I did.
damn. Yeah, that sounded like you felt a type of way about it, you know?
It sounds like he's not so robotic after all.
Not exactly. Most into Poker City don't know about it.
Hunter's column is still active. I'll pinpoint
What
his
the heck's up
location.
with you, little one?
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
What do you know?
I don't get it.
She's got some shady shit.
What's so special about this land?
It's where I was created.
I was gonna say, is this her home specifically?
You all were here too.
What do you mean?
What?
Your mutations were enhanced in this room.
What?
Experimental Unit 99 began right here. I was there.
Wow. What?
Like she watched them get born?
How could I possibly know that?
It was only for a short time, before you were sent to be with the other clones.
Anyone else think that's weird?
Is this the droid that we like?
Yeah.
Do not shoot. I am AZ-3452-1. Omega, I am relieved it is you. Those who resisted were eliminated.
The clones did that.
No, these were other soldiers. All clone troopers were reassigned and transferred off-world.
Damn, so all the clones are already gone.
Can't you see they're using you? It's that inhibited chip in your head. It's making you fall.
Another great Star Wars noise.
It's got the ultimate like
Man.
ringtone sounds.
The amount of times I've been on that platform fighting people in Battlefront.
How many times have we been stuck there and haven't won a game for no reason? Because of bad teammates, that's it. Huh.
AZ, you said all the clone troopers were gone?
Correct. Those are not clone troopers.
The TK troopers.
It's so creepy. It makes it sound like they're like, what's that movie called? Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah.
Just like
Or They
pretenders. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're no longer us. It's them. This is a creepy ass atmosphere this episode.
Yeah.
According to the comm signal, Hunter is directly above us.
The training room? That's open ground. If Crosshair's waiting, he'll pick us off.
That's smart.
We'll enter through the lift. That should give us a slight advantage.
Oh, they're gonna be fighting in the big room.
Yeah.
We should stick together.
Alright, goes right. Crosshair's after us.
Oh,
not
this is
you.
cool.
Stay out of sight.
I like having these guys in charge. I feel like these three like never actively like initiate much.
Yeah.
Well, let's go. Go on.
Well, guess you're wrong about that.
And here we all are, together again.
One big happy family.
You think we bring her here? We're smarter than that.
Keep your helmet on, dude.
It's the signal.
Per CT-1409's instructions, we should flee to the research
She's
lab.
not gonna flee.
Something went wrong. We have to help them.
Oh, this kid.
But that means we will also be in danger.
Focus.
His voice sounds familiar.
He was in a lot of the Clone Wars episodes as well.
Yeah. Oh, is she gonna call in all the robot troops?
Robot troops.
Yeah, the ones they fight against.
Oh.
Yeah, these
Training?
guys. Yeah, the training droids. or
Century
whatever.
Max, whatever. And they had a hard time against those. I forgot. That was in the first episode, right?
Yeah, when they made them like the hard version, not the easy one.
So this was your grand plan. Bring us here and kill us.
If I wanted you dead, you would be. Not that it wouldn't be justified. You betrayed everything we stood for. And for what?
We're loyal to each other, not some empire.
You weren't loyal to me.
Ah, this is a lot more personal than I thought.
You may have forgotten, but I haven't. And it's why I'm going to give you what you never gave me.
A chance to join me.
A chance.
Join me. Together we'll rule the clone army. If they're not dead.
The Empire can't protect the galaxy without strength. This is what we were made for. Think of all we could do together. We were brothers once.
Oh.
We can be again.
We're getting that typical dark side.
I love it. What is that? No way.
Stand down.
Negative, Commander.
Ah! Really?
Oh! That's what that was.
way!
A mirror?
No way.
Does that answer your question?
Oh my gosh!
Ah! I knew it! I knew it! Oh.
Let's go!
Oofa!
Did it.
I did it!
And Z. Now let's hurry.
Oh gosh, are these good
Only
things?
just 4?
You all are meant for more than drifting through the galaxy.
They couldn't even beat like 3 last
Time to
time.
stop
Yeah.
running. Join the Empire, and you will have purpose again.
Oh.
Don't make the same mistake twice. Don't become my enemy.
I don't want Cross-heir to die though. Ah, shite.
No.
God, his head is so gross. Oh, okay. Well,
A lot more than 4.
I believe you may have activated a few too many droids.
I can see that, Izzy.
oh!
I
Go.
did that.
Come on, man. Just join them. Let them fix the chip in your head.
All remaining forces out. Let the clones die together.
Or they're gonna blow this place up.
Yeah.
I hate to see another planet that we love, like
Go
the
away.
facility, go away. Indefinitely.
I was gonna ask, like, is there any other part of Kamino, or is it just like Mandalore?
I don't know, man. I'm not sure.
Essential personnel have been removed from Kamino.
And the chief scientist?
Secured. The cloning technology is now firmly under Imperial control.
Very good, Admiral. You may fire when ready.
I love that line.
Fa.
Move into
Mother of invention.
Yeah.
No, just put the guns down, guys.
Come on, dude. We can talk about our philosophies after.
Cross-heir. It's your inhibitor chip.
We can help you. Wrong. I had my chip removed a long time ago.
What?
Since when? Does it matter? Yes.
What the hell?
This is who I am.
No.
That's just how he feels. Oh, thank the Lord. Okay. Forgot about stuns.
Yeah, they're not gonna kill him. What a dunce.
So he just took all that shock treatment and did nothing then. He just took it just for the fake.
You did the same for me.
Right?
I don't know.
I guess the first episode could have been like months ago. So maybe he did have the operation and then he just took it out on his own.
Hunter, 3 Venators are descending on the city. We need to leave now.
Take him.
Ricker, grab Cross-heir.
Good.
And we got a new robot friend. New
Can't believe it.
robots.
Of all the people to survive through Clone Wars, it's this bloody droid. Oh, God. Has been involved in like 2 of the biggest conspiracies and still made it out.
True. Oh, dude, this is so... No! I do not want to see this place get blown up.
What's wild is there's no clone babies or anything. Like, they took everything.
Open fire.
Damn. Oh, that's crazy. Get to the tunnels, quick.
Oh.
What the heck is next episode gonna be?
Probably them getting out of here and trying to figure out Crosshair's business.
I guess.
No!
Dang. What a shame. What a shame.
Oh no, it's like my childhood's dying. Oh my god.
Wow. Honestly, I loved this episode.
Yeah, this
good.
episode was great.
Yeah.
This was for me the not a lot happened technically. Like we got to Kamino, and we saved Hunter and
I think
Crosshair
a
as well.
lot happened.
Well, yeah, sorry.
Especially between Crosshair and Hunter.
I guess
some good shit.
comparative to like story wise, how far I guess episodes can take you. This was easily one of the best of this season. But I think it was the pacing was perfect. The atmosphere was amazing. I don't know about you, but like atmosphere in Star Wars is good normally, but like this, I was like, I feel like somebody's gonna die or something. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
the lack of like presence anywhere on the base, the long stretch out of like what does Omega know, what is up with Crosshair and how he's behaving, and I don't know.
Just like what's going on the planet too.
Yeah, like what has transpired since last time we were here? Because last time we were here, about like 4 episodes ago, it was still filled with our clones, like clones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty much the same as you. I mean, this is my favorite in a while. Even more than like the Ryloth like part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this episode. I mean, like, I agree with everything that you said. The vibe of this whole episode was pretty, on edge.
Nostalgic.
Yeah, and I honestly, just like I love, like, I think out of all the Star Wars movies, just because of, like, the time, like, how old I was and how much I watched it, like, Attack of the Clones specifically resonates with me a lot. It's not my favorite of the movies, but I watched it.
That's his favorite.
I'm not saying I don't like it or it's bad. It's just not my favorite.
I love it.
I love it. I mean, I love all the Star Wars movies, but just like the vibe of it felt very like, let's throw back to when we first got to this planet. Like that was really, to me, that was the thing that was like the biggest for it, was like, let's throw back to what this was and how it started, because at the end of the day, this is going to be gone. Like there is no more Kamino after this moment. Or after these moments in the next episode as well. And, just the whole, like, the end of the Clone Wars era. Like, this really, I would assume that this season is going to be, like, the actual end of the Clone Wars era as a whole. I mean, like, we're transitioning to the Empire. You got the TK units, stormtroopers, all that stuff.
We've spent a lot of time with the clones too, so this is like a good passing on of like
Yeah.
that story.
But yeah, just everything was great about it. And honestly, even like, I know we've like hyped up the animation for the show a lot in the season, but like the emotion that you could see on Hunter and Crosshair's face when they're like pleading to each other to join the other side or to like understand what's going on. Like Hunter looked and like it was crazy. You could like see it in his eyes, like the pain and also like the like, dude, just like understand, like be with us. Like we're brothers. Like we're not trying to fight for this empire that's clearly evil, And even on like Crosshair's side, I mean, like showing to more like, I mean, how many times did he say that he felt like he got stabbed in the back by his own brothers? You know what I mean? Like, it's just something like I didn't really consider in the beginning, just because it kind of felt like he was just like a robot programmed, to understand. But hindsight 2020, looking back, it all makes sense with the like, why aren't we following orders? Like, why aren't we like we had to kill the Jedi? Why are you guys abandoning me? And even the line too where he was like, and he was like you guys left me behind, you know what I mean, like when he was like like they don't leave anybody behind except for one, you know what I mean, because they left him when they first left Kamino at the beginning of the season, which like I was like, dang, that hit home. I was like, oh my gosh. That was a long rant, but I really enjoyed this episode.
And yourself?
I really enjoyed the chemistry between Hunter and Crosshair.
Yeah, so you can feel it, and you weren't even here for the first majority of the show.
I sensed some crazy tension, especially from Crosshair, like you were saying. He feels the most hurt out of all of them.
Yeah.
I think.
It's surprising, too. Like I'm with you. Like, I didn't really consider it. Also because, like, when it happened, it was very easy to just excuse it as the good soldiers follow orders. Like, because he was, like, rubbing his head in the first episode. So it's very easy to just assume it's the same coding. Now, I'm still going to believe that that was a mix of the coding as well at the time.
Yeah, I have a take on the chip inhibitor thing, but if you wanted to finish your point, or what you were saying.
That was it.
Oh, that was it. Okay, I didn't know.
Well, I mean, I love going back to Kamino. It's probably my favorite planet in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I wish we could see more of the planet.
Yeah. Not just the main facility.
Or just the facility.
See what else exists outside of
Is it a water planet? Strictly?
Probably. Star Wars
Underwater
has
stuff?
Star Wars has a tendency to always choose one biome when it comes to planets and just stay with that instead of
That's a good move.
Being like Earth. Well, yeah, it's easy for like viewers to be like, this is the water one.
Is it like Kaminoans? Are they strictly like cloning people, or do they inhabit it?
I don't personally know.
Honestly, you only ever see them in Star Wars on Kamino. I mean, that's really it. I don't you only see them on Kamino, and they're always part of like the cloning process. So I don't know what else they would have done.
And they did mention off planet a couple times during this episode. All the clones are going off planet. Send Omega off planet. So they're all going somewhere for retirement or decommission.
I like that Crosshair. It kind of seemed like he cared about Omega.
Yeah.
A little bit. He was like, just let her go, dude.
I would agree.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like he had like a death wish for her. It seemed like he was just like, let's follow protocol. Yeah. Like, we're not special anymore. Well, I'm special.
Yeah.
But these guys, they can go and do whatever.
He kept saying the 5 of us are special.
Yeah, I think.
Or the 6, however many it is.
I think he views them more special than the rest of the clones, which is how they never viewed themselves that way, but like they did always like recognize like regular clones didn't like them because they were weird and they did their own thing and all that. So I
think, is that a perfect time to dive into what Omega was talking about?
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff with her. I wanted
to bring up something else about the clones.
Yeah, it's fine. At the start of the series, I was trying to figure out with Will what's extra special about her, because all of our characters have like traits special and unique to them specifically. Like Wrecker has the strength, Hunter has this like Wolverine style of senses, like his senses are heightened.
Also, his leading skills, I think.
Yeah, he's like a strategist, a leader, and like a hunter.
Yeah. And Tech knows how to like understand technology, even stuff underneath the skin. Like he knew about the chips and didn't say anything about it.
You said
just
it like
he knew.
speaks to him.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's like spiritual, but
I think he's just like a
tech guy.
Yeah, it's not like in a literal sense that it speaks to him, but he just kind of like
He understands
looks at something and is like, oh, I understand exactly how the computer works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Kind of like Siler. He looks at something and he just knows how it works, like the functionality of it.
Yeah.
And so Echo is excluded from that because he's not special. He's just an android. He just joined the team at the start of the show, but Omega being brought in, especially being first female clone, it's obviously something special about her. One, because the genetic coding is already kind of different, even though it's not.
Yeah.
Like it is and it isn't, but. What is her thing? And I was wondering if there was like she was from like a medical field out of the clones, so I always wondered if she would like be able to like look at an object and know exactly like what's going on mentally with somebody. Like if I looked at you and I could tell that you're just like distressed or something, that I could figure out exactly how to like give you therapy or something.
Or like, oh, that guy has kidney failure.
Exactly. Yeah. Like can read that kind of stuff. There's somebody in like comics or something that has that ability. I can't think of who that is.
It's not really. Well, it's a comic, The Predator. And
There-
Alien
there's
vs.
that.
Predator. He picks
Yeah.
up the dude and he sees he has like a heart attack or something.
Yeah. Maybe
So
that's what
he
I'm
lets him
thinking of.
live. He lets him go.
Yeah, because it's not a good enough like species
Kill.
to hunt.
Yeah.
It's not a good kill. Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of
Mhm.
because I watched those.
That movie sucked.
you like Predators though.
I
right?
love. Well, that was Alien vs. Predator. That movie was garbage. PG-13 should be rated R,
That is
but
garbage.
we're digressing.
No, it's all good. But she has this hidden place that she didn't really openly disclose to her teammates, and she's kind of been a little hush hush on her creation in general. And it doesn't have to be that it's anything like mysterious. Maybe she didn't think it was anything out of the ordinary. But I think I misunderstood it. She made it seem like she was there when they were created.
No, so what she said was she was, and so I think the way I interpret is, I think what they meant, but, or I'll give the two things that it could mean. So she said, one, that was the room that she was created in, and she said that was where their genetic mutations were enhanced. Because they had genetic mutations, and they took them to that room and made, like, you know, whatever, clone Operation 99 or clone Program 99. And so they probably were born with defects and they took them to that room and made them. I would assume by the way she was talking about it was that she, and just the way that she kind of behaves, like she's been around for a minute, you know what I mean? That she probably, just like Boba, was cloned but aged at a normal rate and not like the sped up one. And maybe she was like, instead of like 12 or whatever she is now, maybe she was like 7 or 5, and she like witnessed them get brought in as the little children versions of themselves, enhance their quirks, enhance their genetic, you know, abnormalities, and then sent them on their way.
Okay.
I like that, man. It's lit.
So she might be closer in age to the older adults than we might suspect.
Yeah.
Not too close, but like closer than
Yeah, like she might actually be like a 14-year-old like Rex is, or
that's crazy.
What?
Because we said that in the other episode. All the clones are.
Oh yeah, they're
Sped
like
up.
They're
like
sped up.
They're like the Spartans.
Yeah, that's why Boba should be the same age as Rex, but he's like, you know,
He's a middle
because
schooler.
he remember
or high
I'm
schooler.
pretty sure Boba was the first one, right? He was the alpha.
That's
yeah.
what I wanted to ask. Is he the alpha?
Well, no,
They called him the alpha.
they called him the alpha, but
He's like the perfect replica of Django.
in Django's like initiation. I don't even know if they really say it in the movie. I know in the Django video game, it's like he meets up with Count Dooku, and it's like, or maybe it's not the video game, maybe it's something else I'm thinking of. But
It is the bounty hunter. The bounty hunter.
I want to play that game.
He basically requests. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, he meets up with him, and he says like, "Hey, like I want to get paid." And so, like, they pay him. They basically put him on a salary. He can still go out and do what he wants, but he wanted a clone of him that had no alterations. They didn't do anything to him. It didn't make him age any faster. So he had like a son essentially without having, you know, a wife.
Now, what could be I do remember that 99. I don't know if you ever met 99, the clone, or watched him in Clone Wars. He's like kind of the Hunchback Notre Dame. Those were what I thought were the first tested ones, like the failed products. So maybe the Alpha is like maybe not the first one born, but the first perfected one that came out. So maybe like number 123.
Yeah, I figured that they were like at the same time of like, okay, we're gonna make Baby Boba and like Django can raise him, and they're like just pumping out clones all at the same time.
The millions that you see by the Attack of the Clones.
Yeah. But anyway, so my two thoughts were either she was born already and maybe she was like 5 and she witnessed it happen, or she was born and she was in a tube, or like, you know, just becoming a thing, and then they brought them in and were like, okay, we're gonna, you know, enhance their abilities and do that. Because she said she only saw them for a brief amount of time.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if that means she was only alive for a brief amount of time, and that's when they were together, or she just was like in the room and they like brought them in, did their thing, and took them out like pretty quickly.
What do you mean she was alive for a brief amount of time?
Well, she said I only saw you guys for a brief amount of time, and she was born in the room. So that's why I'm saying it's either she was alive already and she was a kid and she witnessed what happened to them,
saw it from, like, embryonic state.
or she just like was born and she like just, you know, turns over in the little cube and it's like, oh no, there's little Sam getting his arm worked on or something. You know what I mean, or whatever is going on.
Well, I just mean when you phrased it alive for a brief amount of time, I thought you meant she was like alive, then she died, and then they brought her back.
No. Just like she had only been alive for a little bit.
Still very interesting. This episode alone has given me a little bit more hope about season 2. Like now we know there's the announcement of season 2, and I wasn't like crazy about that because I thought like season 1. It was good, but I think they could have reduced the majority of the episodes and just had a couple mini episodes. I guess big episodes of just the main story-driven content. This episode helped me like feel like, okay, there's some stuff to like look forward to already if we're jumping into season 2.
Yeah.
Assuming it doesn't get wrapped up in the finale.
Oh yeah.
Which is also surprising. I feel like this was a finale to me.
I was gonna say that.
I don't know what's gonna happen in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it's part 2, so I would assume since we know a season 2 is coming because they announced it before the episode came out.
Yeah.
That they're gonna, you know, they're gonna get the gang off the planet, and they're either going like it's probably like the first half is gonna be getting them off the planet, and we're either gonna fully understand what's Omega's deal, or we're going to figure out what they're doing with Cross-heir, or whether Cross-heir is even gonna be like willing to stay with them. You know what I mean? And hopefully, maybe it'll push Cross-heir into a direction of picking their side when he sees the Empire just like was willing to kill you. Like they knew you weren't coming and they blew up the planet.
You think Rex is gonna be?
I don't know because Rex has been like in hiding, but they have to go back to see Gregor and Rex.
Gregor
I would assume they would have to see Rex again too.
So now we have more time with that as well. So now we can go and jump into the Wolf story and Gregor and Rex probably. We can cover probably the mysteries of Omega, which I would assume is going to be carried into the next season, considering she probably has the most intrigue about her.
Yeah.
I would say the Crosshair stuff will get finished off this season.
Yeah.
Whether he's with us or against us. Just because they have to finish off something. They have to have one closed door, or at least an establishment of something finished by the end of this. I feel.
All right, with Crosshair, do you actually think his chip was removed, or do you think he's just saying it?
So
I thought he was just saying it.
What I'm thinking is that
But there is that.
he took it out after the bump.
After they burned his head.
Yeah, maybe either fell out or he was able to like with all the like holes in his head, maybe just peel it out. Like he realized himself and saw that the chip was there by like touching his wounds or whatever.
Trapophobia.
I talked about that during the episode. I was like, oh hey, maybe that's like the thing that helps us win him back.
Yeah, because he hit his head. Yeah.
Now what's just crazy about that is just without the chip, if we're assuming that's correct, is that just naturally, ideology-wise, he stands with being a soldier who doesn't question orders and or just a supporter of the idea of an empire.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, it works with his character, kind of. He's kind of a cold individual. Like, he's not some, like, super compassionate guy from what we saw very briefly in the Clone Wars Season 7.
Yeah.
It's hard, though. Like, we have spent, one season with these guys, but we still know very little about who they are as people, because we're kind of following them as they are trying to escape from a situation, as opposed to who were these people beforehand.
Yeah.
It's also hard because, technically speaking, they're all children.
That's true.
Children who've just been put into a war, so there's not really, like, how much character is really there behind it. Because normally you watch kids in shows and they haven't lived a long life to have stories. Now, they have war stories, which they could elaborate on, but...
Yeah.
I just wonder what in the 15 or 14 years made Cross-heir feel different than how most clones might feel had they not have a chip inside them. So, or just why he would be this way, considering the group of people he's surrounded with. I mean, he's the minority in his thinking with all his buddies. So, what about his life made him feel this way? That's what I'm excited to explore. Why does he feel so adamant? If we're assuming the chip is not in him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only one way to find out.
Yeah. I feel good.
My clone question.
Oh, yeah, your clone question.
So, when they became stormtroopers, was that still part of the cloning process?
No. What
when
do you
they
mean?
became clone troopers.
So they went from being clones and all the way to episode 3, and then we get to the next gen of Star Wars and they're stormtroopers. Are they still clones?
No. So stormtroopers... So that's the whole thing, when...
They're shutting it down.
Well, remember when they were... Well, yes.
The Gregor episode.
But remember when they went on the Gregor episode and they were like, all of our codes aren't working here. I don't get it. And then they were like, oh, these are all TK units. So the clone units, they're all given numbers, like CT-11111, and that's Rex or something. That's not his number, actually. Don't kill me for saying that.
Morty Sanchez, C-137.
But, so the stormtroopers numbers are TK- whatever. So when they were on the planet with Gregor, they were like, why do none of our clone Republic commands work here? Because they were working earlier. And then when they get Gregor, he says, oh, they grabbed us commandos so we could train these new soldiers. They're not even us. So
it's just random people.
Yeah, so
And like Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, those are a little different because they were kidnapped. But basically what the Empire comes to, First Order soldiers are all kidnapped as babies and brainwashed to be soldiers.
Yeah. So first gen, or for first series, is clones bred for war. Second gen, I mean, if you're not talking about armor and people, it's not draft pick, but recruitment through patriotism. Remember Han Solo goes and joins? It's just like that. Propaganda of, hey, we need to go take over these planets because conflicts are happening, and then you just go and subjugate people for the honor of the Empire.
Yeah, and they talk about at the beginning of the season a little bit how it's it would definitely be a lot better of a program to have all these committed soldiers joining the army. You know what I mean? People that are actually wanting to, because then they can get a massive number of people, especially since they're considering they killed the Kaminoans because they want to use the cloning for something else, not actually making soldiers at this point. Yeah, Snoke, Sidious, Palpatine,
Emperor Step Peppers.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask, why stop the whole cloning thing? Was it money, or is it why reset the whole thing?
I think it's money, and also
the fear
of a retaliating army. I mean,
that was my next thing, is because the chips started failing.
No. I think it's not because of the chips failing, but it's also clone 9. The Bad Batch is example A of, okay, if the clones if a couple of them, I mean, you're making millions of clones, you have to imagine that some of them are going to malfunction. You know what I mean? Bad Batch was specifically notorious for being mess up products, but you have someone that's oh, I didn't realize, the chip wasn't, programmed right, so they didn't follow Order 66, and, what's going on? And they go grab their Adam friend clone and their Sam friend clone, and then they're yo, we gotta get this out of their head. And then you start having rebelling clones that are, top-tier warriors. And with Stormtroopers, they can get way more of them than clones, because they can recruit from every planet in the world.
I want you!
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They literally do the Uncle Sam thing.
And then the clones in Rogue One, or I'm sorry, are the newest
First Order.
First Order.
First, I think the stealing of children came with the fact that maybe the Empire was probably exposed to being pretty corrupt, and so it might have been harder to get recruitment for them.
So they just said, fuck it.
Yeah, no, there was like a whole... the guy, the ginger dude from First Order... God, what's his name?
The dude who turned out to be a spy? Spoiler.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
That part was so stupid.
They just shoehorned that in.
Yeah,
he was a badass in the...
Hux,
yeah.
Hux. General Hux.
General Hux?
Yeah, so his father in the books starts this whole program of kidnapping them. What is it, course?
Of course, the lamest character's dad was the one who did it.
Yeah, so...
He was so awesome in the first movie, and then they turned him into a bitch in the second one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he gets shunned by Kylo. He's like,
Sorry.
shut up, we're doing this.
What
Yeah.
you're saying, though.
But anyways, they kidnap the kids, brainwash them to make them, like, all obeying soldiers, because no one really knows how to clone except for the Kamino,
And that's even funny, too, because it feels like that didn't even work.
No.
Just because the main story we follow is somebody who separates himself, and then in the third movie, you meet the girl who rides that alien horse, and she's like, oh yeah, there's plenty of us who ran away. I'm like, the program doesn't work then.
Well, yeah, I mean, but they tried three things. You know, you make clones, okay, well then someone else can just make a clone army or pay because that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
they could just pay the Kaminoans more and they'll make another army.
Right.
So you have, like, competition. If you get stormtroopers, they're shitty. They can't all hit their shots, you know what I mean? 'Cause you're just grabbing every Joe Schmo off the street. And we see that in everything. Like, anytime you see stormtroopers, we're all like, oh my god, what's going on? They're almost as bad as droids.
Yeah.
Or the battle droids. And then you get the brainwashed ones, and then they're like just like a rebellious teenager, like "fuck you, Dad! I don't want to be here anymore." So yeah.
Fuck, I was gonna say something. Oh, in any Star Wars show, movie, do you see any like Jango clones who are not clones and they're just like out and about?
Yes, but they had to have started as a clone.
But that's okay. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, and actually in this show, in like the third episode, you meet one of the clones from the Clone Wars series, who was a guy who kind of like snuck out from the war and started a life with a Twi'lek wife, and they had like a mixed species baby. Yeah, so that's one example. Gregor, technically, he didn't leave the fight, but he hit his head and he was just living his life as some janitor,
like a desert,
or like some cook in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure there's more. I can't think of any others that come to mind. I wouldn't. Are there any others
in the movies? No, I mean it's all in like the TV series, but those two are really it.
Yeah, it's the only two I can think of.
But I'm sure that in like
millions of
there's
them,
millions of them, so I'm sure there had to be a couple defectors out there.
For sure.
I watched recently behind the scenes. My coworker sent me Django in the second movie, and he was He was talking about all the scenes he had with the boy who played Boba, and he was like, "Just call me Dad," and I'm like, "You're like my son." Even when I'm behind the scenes, he's like, "Just call me Dad" or something. I thought that was so cool.
Just call me Dad.
Yeah. I hope that both of those two actually make an appearance in the Book of Boba when we get to see Tamara Morrison reprise his role.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be cool if Daniel Logan, Boba Fett, also like comes in for like a flashback of
play a younger
Morrison.
Boba.
That'd be cool.
I want to see Django use his pistols. Those are the cool sounding guns.
Agreed.
Ready to get into the next one?
Yep.
Final.
Guys, if you made this far in the video, make sure to leave a like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Check out the Mandalorian playlists we have on this channel. We've reacted to both the first season with Adam and the second season with all three of us for the first time. Also, we're going to be watching the third season and Book of Boba, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Also, you can check out our Patreon if you want to support us financially. We love all of that. Appreciate it. See you in the next video. Punch it! Bah!